Welcome to this yoga class. My name's Roseanne. I'll be your guide today. This will be a flow style practice, opening up the heart. So meet me in tabletop. On hands and knees, spread those fingers wide and start to palm the mat. So from palm to fingertips, lift the hand off the earth. And then see if you can keep your weight center. So you do this, warming the hands. And then turn the fingertips to the outside edges of the room. Again, palm the mat. And fingertips toward the body if it serves. Be to any degree here. Fingertips the outside edges of the room. Continue to palm. Forwards, the fingertips. And turn the hands in. Same thing. And then fingertips forward once more. Rock your weight forward and back. You can tuck the toes if you'd like. Just connecting to the hands. They connect to the heart chakra. And then sit on your heels if it's available to you and interlace the fingers and roll the wrists. Arms can reach up as you come onto the shins, or you might be sitting cross-legged here. Arms sweep in behind, just reach back, or maybe hands on pelvis. Don't go too deep here. And then slide forward onto the belly. Into Sphinx. Let the heart come forward. Broaden across the clavicles. Let's work with the neck. Tuck the chin. And look up if it's safe for the neck. Drop the head. And look up. As you do this, press the legs down heavy through the toenails, yet lighten through the belly button. Active press through arms. The chest comes through. One more time. Maybe stick with the tongue and lower all the way onto the belly. Hands come closer to the body so you can press yourself up, back into the tabletop. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal those feet as you shake the head yes and no. Walk to the front of your mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. And fold. Bend those knees, sink into chair. Think of the heart lifting up as you press through the legs, arms circle in behind the body. Press through those feet as you lift through heart. Then return to center, arms sweep overhead. And fold. Hands to shins, halfway lifted. And fold. Step back into a plank. Lower those knees, let the chest come through the arms. And tuck those toes as you send the hips back. Round through low spine. Start to roll up your whole spine as arms circle. And hands in behind the body once more. Squeeze those inner thighs toward one another as you take a small upper back bend. And then slide forward onto the belly once more into Sphinx. Press out of the arms and let the shoulders shrug toward the ears and then press the earth away. Shrug and press. One more. And lower onto the belly. Hands come closer to the body so you can press yourself up and back into a downward facing dog. That right leg sweeps high. Bend the knee. Stack the hips open to the right as you press through the arms. Press through those hands. Feel the openness across chest. And then that knee can come through between the hands. Shorten your stance, warrior one. Hands clap together. Lift the body up. And hands to heart. Sweep the arms behind the body, maybe interlace them. Open chest, lengthen lead leg. And with integrated core, start to fold forward. Maybe the arms lift. Perhaps they stay on the small of the back, whatever feels good here. Lift up part way. Feel the strength as you engage through legs. And from this position, sweep the arms in line with the ears in front of you. Clap the hands together again and lift. Nice. Hands to heart center, step forward. Sweep those arms up and then sink into chair. Fold. Crown shines toward the earth. Then hands to shins. Lengthen the spine and fold. Step back into a plank. Chest comes through the arms, knees up or knees down. And tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. That left leg will come high. Bend the knees, stack the hips open to the left. Balance the weight up through the hands. Open up under the armpits. And draw that knee through between the hands. Lunge the leg forward. Shorten your stance. Come up part way as you draw the hands together and then lift up with a front bent knee. Nice. Hands to heart center. Circle the arms back. Maybe interlace, maybe not. Could be small of back. Lengthen those arms, lengthen the lead leg. Inhale. Use the exhale to fold. Pause here, press your feet. And lengthen that spine. Halfway lift here. Unleash the fingertips. Circle the arms in front of you. Clap the hands together. See if you can rise this way using center body. And step forward. Hand sweep. And then behind the body, open up the heart as you press evenly through the feet. And then fold. Release those hands to the earth. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Then fold. Step back into plank. And this time, come forward with the body and all the way to the earth. Back into that Sphinx. And press out of shoulders and shrug. Press and shrug. One more press. And then soften down to the earth. Hands slide closer to the body, elbows back as you press into the hands into tabletop. Then round through low spine. Rock the hips back, slide the hands in. Circle the arms as you lift through the torso, landing on the shins. Hands to heart center. Or reach the arms back, either to small of back or interlaced. A little deeper. And hands lower to the earth as you slide onto the belly. Maybe this time come up into the up dog. And hips up and back, downward facing dog. That right leg can come high. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Then square the hips towards the earth. Draw that knee through and step the foot forward. In this long lunge position, active long leg, press those hands together and lift yourself part way up. So you're on an angle here. Arms can sweep in behind the body. Open up across the heart. And chest to the inside of that right leg, humble warrior. Pause here, inhale. And exhale, release that left hand to the earth, rotate toward the right. And then both hands can frame front foot as you lengthen the leg in this longer triangle. See if you can lengthen up through the spine. There's still this sense of kind of lift through chest. And then rebend that right knee. Lower the left knee. Hands can again Meet in front of you and lift up into the low lunge. Arms circling behind the body. Again, that interlace. And frame front foot, step back into a plank. This time, let's take a full chaturanga forward with the body. Bend the elbows to hover, or whatever variation you'd like, as the chest comes through the arms. Active fronts of legs and hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Left leg goes high. Bend the knees, stack hips open to that same side. Activate through those fingers. Little sense of cup and yet press down on the mat. And the knee turns toward the mat. Draw the leg through. Hands out in front of you as you angle the body, lift into your low lunge here. Arms can circle. Maybe they interlace. And play with that a little here. Those arms can reach. Come to the inside of lead leg. Humble warrior. Another inhale. And exhale. That right hand will ground, rotate left. And both hands frame front foot as you lengthen that left leg. A nice sensation of stretch here. Inhale. And exhale, rebend that left knee as the right one plants. Hands come together rather, and lift up through torso. Circle the arms back, maybe interlace again. And this time, hands to the earth, lift back knee, find that plank, and chaturanga once more, forward with the body, nice and strong, lower part way. Chest broadens, lift through the heart. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Knees can lower. Slide those hands and roll up through the spine. Arms circle again. Maybe this time hands stay together as you lift up and over a beach ball with the upper spine. And return. Up and over. And return. A few more like this. Finding our flow within the posture, exploring and finding our edge. One more time, lift. Maybe the arms circle in behind. So you could go for where you were before, hands on pelvis, or maybe one hand reaches back. Other arm could reach up or stand small of back. Rise. Sink back again to any degree. Maybe hands to the feet without arching through low back. It's a lot of upper spine here. The opposite arm could reach. And rise. And slide forward onto belly. Again, a sphinx, or maybe a high variation. And the hands. Another inhale. And exhale to lower. Bend that right knee, reach for the ankle, clasp it. Other hand can be underneath the forehead. Press the pelvis into the earth. If you'd like, arc the spine, lift up into half bow and lower. Inhale, lift, press hand into ankle, ankle into hand, and then lower. Again, lift and release. Opposite side. So that left arm will sweep back and clasp, same ankle. Inhale to arc. Exhale, lower. Here we find length and curve. Can we curve evenly across the back? Two more. Last one, lift. Nice. And lower right back down. Surrender to your mat, arms outstretched for just a moment. And then slide hands back in. Press hips to heels. You can widen the knees. Press hips to heels. Child's pose. Slide those hands in and in behind the body as you lift through the fronts of the thighs. Lift the bottom. Press your hands. That chest will open. And return bottom down. And then press the hips up. Push through arms and lower. 2 more. Last one. Extend. And return. Slide forward onto belly. Little sphinx. Or on the hands. Lower right back. Arms reach back as you take a small extension through upper spine. So lift upper spine and lower. Lift upper spine. Reach those fingertips toward the toes and lower. One more time. Lift and then perhaps bend the knees. Maybe you stay here. A nice and active variation of bow. You could possibly reach those ankles and lift a little higher if it's in your practice. Remember, even arc across spine, as much as we're able. Release any bind that you had. Lengthen the legs, sweep the arms around, and then press the hands back into the earth. Child's pose again. Widen those knees. Hands come together, so press the palms together. See if you can press also through those shins and lift up through the torso. Arms sweep back as you land on your shins. Adjust so feet are together, legs are parallel. Reach back. Arms overhead. Perhaps deepen the bend. And then slide again onto belly. Surrender on the mat, arms out in front. Palms can face in here. Lift just upper body and lower. Lift and lower. One more lift as we sweep those arms back. Locust, maybe the legs lift off. Nice. And hands press into the earth as you tuck the toes, hips up and back, and find down dog. Pedal those feet. And then right leg high. Draw it through between the hands, blade or drape the shin. So ankle in line with that left hand. Again, adjust your position here. Find strength. So maybe you could even go no hands or light hands here. If you don't like this, roll onto that right hip. Okay? And find your deer right here with a lean. Okay? Or here we press through the legs. Bend the left knee. Maybe you reach back, right arm forward, left arm back. Some people will clasp, but we don't want to force it here. This high pigeon to find some openness in the upper body. Strength in the legs. Woo. Another breath in. And then release any bind you may have had. Hands return to the earth. Find a plank. And then chest through the arms. Either knees lowered or not in your up dog. And tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. That left leg can go high. And then draw it through. Blade or set down shin. Find the angle that works for you, or again, left hip on earth and lean forward. And make sure those knees are happy. Firm up through the legs, with or without hands. Bend that right knee, perhaps clasp ankle or reach for it as the left arm reaches. Trying to stay balanced here. Even weight on both sides. And then release any bind you may have had. Hands return to the earth. Lift that back knee. And then suction cup that left leg in and find your plank. And chest through the arms, knees up or down. And downward facing dog. Roll forward into your plank. Lower, 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 all the way down. Moment in Sphinx. And fold back down to the earth. That right arm can come out. We'll stretch through the chest. Right arm out, either long or 90-degree bend. I might take 90 degrees here today. You choose. Start to rock the pelvis side to side as you plant that left hand. And use it to help here with the rock. You might stay here or roll more fully onto the right side over time so that you eventually maybe come fully over. Knees can be bent, okay? Or top leg could be in behind. Whatever feels right here to stretch that right pectoralis, right side of chest, shoulder. Another breath in. Exhale to roll onto your spine, or not roll onto your belly. And then that left arm can come out to the side, or maybe cactus position. Okay, so longer cactus. Plant that right hand. Start to rock across the pelvis. Eventually, more and more onto the left side. Decide how you'd like the legs. Perhaps stacked or back leg. Top leg, rather. Kneecap to sky. Observe how the inhale might increase the stretch. Another breath in. And exhale to return to the belly. And this time, as you press into tabletop, those legs could stay closer together as you sink hips to heels for child's pose. More restorative. Tuck the chin. You might choose to stay here or slide those hands in. Stack the spine, one roll of shoulders. Hands in behind the body. Perhaps come on to shins. And bow so that your crown perhaps arrives on the mat. This light. Arms might wrap behind you. You might start to sit back. Rabbit. Activate through those legs so that you can lift back up onto your shins. Arms reach. Final time. And release and have a seat. Sweep those legs out in front. Perhaps fold. So lengthen and fold. Roll up through spine. Hands at your sides. Scooch the bottom toward the heels a little more. Plant the feet. And then lower onto forearms. Lift your chest and sink. Two more times. Again, lift. Roll those shoulders underneath the body as you lower down and lengthen the arms. Maybe lift the bottom, scooch the arms underneath or hands underneath, and could lengthen the legs in this fish posture. Knees could also stay bent. It's getting a little lift through the heart and this roll back of shoulders. And release those arms. Slide heels in, soles of feet kiss as you open the knees, perhaps wide. And cobbler, arms outstretched. Another inhale. Exhale to close those knees like a book. Give them a hug. And choose your variation of Savasana today. Maybe knee mountain, so heel toe those feet wider and allow the knees to cave in and support one another. Or legs long, whatever calls to you. And you notice the pauses between each breath cycle. That moment of quiet, stillness. Inhale into the heart space. Exhale, soften. Continue to breathe as perhaps you envision the color green glowing from your heart. The inhale, it glows bright. The exhale, brighter still. Inhale, compassion. Exhale, kindness. Inhale, compassion. Exhale, kindness. Compassion for yourself and others. Inhale. And for yourself and others, exhale. As that light grows, allow it to flow through your whole being. And radiate outward. Filled with this light, sense yourself here on the mat. Energized, yet grounded on the earth. Feel the body heavy. As you trace the outline of your form. And then add movements, perhaps wiggle fingers and toes. Move through the wrists and ankles. Maybe a long body stretch calls. And or happy baby. Hug knees to chest. Rock across the back of the pelvis. And then on to one side. Inhale. And exhale to take the top hand to press yourself up to seated. Roll the shoulders and then lower the head one way and the other. Back to center with the head. Stack the vertebra of the neck. Crown to sky. Sense into the heart space, the shoulders and chest. As you reach those arms up and hands to heart center. If you'd like to join me in the seed sound for the heart space, it is yam, but we usually just say yum. It's spelled Y-A-M, but we say yum, like yummy. So inhale into the heart and exhale to chant. Yum. Perhaps a small bow. Sat Nam. Thank you for this class. If you enjoyed this practice, let me know in the comments or subscribe for more videos like this. Till next time, take care.